Ghostly Rescue. Ah, 'twas a long time ago, and a bad old night, with the thickest of November fog. She hated that stretch of lonesome road across the bog, and more so at night. Her old car trundled noisily on, when suddenly the engine stalled and everything died. Nothing she could do would make it start. With a sense of foreboding, she knew she had to take to her feet. Wrapping her coat tightly around her and biting her lip, she continued her journey. In the dense fog, she became disorientated and more fearful. Her heart was pounding in her chest, and despite the chill, beads of sweat were breaking out on her back, face, and hands, and her eyes kept filling with tears of hopelessness. After what seemed an age, she realized that the road had become rougher and grassier. She had no earthly clue of her whereabouts, and was deciding whether or not to take a rest or keep going when she heard a man's voice talking. "Wait! Shep! Come by!" She cried out. "Help! I'm lost!" Silence. And then snuffling. She felt the warmth of his fur and the coolness of his nose rather than seeing him. He pressed into her, and she buried her hands into his fur and found his collar. She clung to him, and they walked on, following the sound of the man's whistling. It led them to an old stone shepherd's croft, and gratefully they both stumbled inside. The old man was astonished to see what Shep had brought back with him. She awoke in the early dawn to find herself alone on the moor, in the ruins of an old shepherd's hut, with the heather and the birds for company. The fog had lifted, and the sun was tentatively shining. She could see the village below, and quickly she made her way down. The lady in the village shop was wide-eyed at her story, and she and the postman informed her that Shep and his master, Jack O'Malley, were both long past. "But," said the postman, "you are not the first person that they have helped, and it is always on a foggy night." Well, now it was her turn to be utterly incredulous. "But I saw them and touched them and I heard them." The shop mistress and the postman exchanged a knowing glance as the breakdown vehicle arrived to recover her car.